code of conduct is something that all universities and colleges have, and it governs the behavior of students and the conduct of students on campus. And it also outlines their rights as students too. Some of the things that the student code covers are things like academic integrity, so cheating. Cheating includes plagiarizing, also theft, drugs and alcohol, and including any kind of violation of the law. So we really strive to have a safe and happy environment at USU for our students.
It's not the honor code, but it is a code that we expect students to recognize and to live by.
For as many students as attend here, we really don't have that many problems. The students that get referred to me represent a fraction of the university student body. All students, when they apply to USU, agree to abide by the USU Honor Pledge, but it's interesting to me how few students understand that cheating isn't just looking over at your neighbor's paper in an exam. It's things like plagiarizing, and they say to me, I didn't cheat, I just copied something from the internet. And they're surprised that that is actually plagiarism, and plagiarism is cheating. And again, these students are mostly well-intentioned. I don't believe that very many students set out to intentionally copy directly from the internet, but many students are unaware that that is cheating, and it doesn't matter if you don't know that it's cheating or not, you can still get in trouble for it.
So the first thing I would stress for incoming students is it's the student's responsibility to know what's expected of them.
You know, when the university enters into its agreement with you, it agrees to teach you, you agree to learn. There are some assumptions about the ethical contract that we engage in. So we, the university, are saying we are going to teach you to the best of our knowledge what you need to know and understand to be able to do. Up-to-date stuff, do it as well as we can. Your contract to the university is to actually learn it.
It might seem in the short term like an attractive option if you're up against a deadline, but in the long term you really are just failing yourself.
That cheating for us ultimately means that if we gave you a degree and you cheated, then we have just sold your employer a faulty person. So we have to enforce the rules on that because it's the thing that protects us when we say we guarantee that if you have a degree from us, it means something.
Although students are told that it's a dry campus, sometimes students don't think it's that big of a deal to drink, and they think that maybe it's more of a rule that's frowned upon than something that can get them in trouble. But in Logan, on Utah State University's campus, it is taken seriously. We want our students to be happy and healthy.
My understanding of the reason for the dry campus rule is that it was primarily an interference to the educational process to have widespread use of alcohol on campus. And it was a deterrent to some students getting a good education. The second thing is it created great problems between the community around the university and the university itself. So because it wasn't conducive to the educational process of the campus, and because it created problems off campus, the university chose to institute a dry campus policy to help improve both aspects of that. As a physician, I understand the medical aspects of alcohol use and the side effects and the downside of alcohol use, and I'm constantly explaining that it is a health issue, not a religious or a punitive issue. It's really a matter of good health and creating an environment of safety and quality education.
You know, as I work with colleagues from around the nation, I know that more and more schools are becoming dry, and part of that is because they're worried about the safety and the health of their students.
Utah State's a dry campus because it reduces the risk of health and impairment problems of alcohol. It's just as simple as that. There is a risk. I mean, we've been a dry campus since 1995, and so over those years, almost 20 years now, we've seen a reduction of alcohol problems here on campus. You have to realize a student that goes off of campus and comes back on campus is still in possession of alcohol. And so whether they're drinking on campus or come back on campus after they're drinking, they're still in violation of the alcohol policy. A lot of students don't realize that and are very surprised when they get in trouble with it. But generally when students get caught with drinking on campus, there's law enforcement involvement. Law enforcement here in Logan and Cache County, even and campus police, they rarely give a warning on underage drinking. It's just pretty much an automatic minor in possession ticket. And students need to realize it's a very expensive and costly ticket, because it's generally about an average of $1,000 for this ticket. Plus they have to go through the court process, and this is all off-campus stuff that they have to go through. So they have to go through a court process, and they're on probation for a year because of the drinking, because of the underage drinking.
We enforce alcohol laws and it's a dry campus because alcohol leads to a lot of other problems. Kids come, they're away from mom and dad for the first time, they can make those judgments, they're not around to answer to mom and dad. We find that alcohol leads to issues with a lot of sexual assaults that occur. You have the issue of drinking and driving that's a concern for us. We see a lot of vandalism and assaults that are related to alcohol. So when somebody drinks, it's not affecting just them, it's those around them.
I don't want the students to go through and have to have something on their record because of a choice they made. I want them to prevent that.
I want to meet with the students in the hallway of the TSC. I really do, but I don't want to have them meet with me in my office.